You think about what MLK stood for. He said he didn't want people judged on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character. You listen to some of these people nowadays, they don't talk about that.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And laws are intended to better society, to make our lives easier, more functional, and to protect us, and also to ensure that the government continues to operate. Laws are not intended to be campaign gimmicks like we see here. The Stop Woke Act, or whatever the hell DeSantis is calling this, is a presidential campaign stunt. What he's trying to do unsuccessfully, I might add, is appeal to certain Americans who feel like the world is moving too fast for them, and they want to go back to the olden days when, misogyny and nonchalant racism and homophobia was just swept under the rug. DeSantis is a highly educated con artist. He is manipulative, calculated, and methodical in his words and actions, and this is just another example of that. Yesterday's video, we covered Nikki Haley and her latest tactic to appeal to Trump's base before her 2024 presidential run. Today, let's talk about DeSantis, or DeathSantis, as I like to refer to him because I'm woke like that. Here is a man that has abandoned any moral obligations to protect the citizens he was sworn to protect in exchange for political brownie points among the fringe alt-right base. DeSantis has repeatedly put the lives of Floridians in danger from the coronavirus and done so loudly, publicly, shamelessly, and without any sense of remorse at all. As a result, Floridians continue to die from the virus at record-breaking numbers even today. Now let's get back to this clip. DeSantis has the audacity to quote Martin Luther King Jr. to make his point that critical race theory should be banned from schools. First off, let's hear from the family of the late Martin Luther King Jr. Let's hear what they have to say about this worm using the great man's words to fit his racist narrative. Critical race theory is a made-up campaign tagline by the alt-right to try and make the point that in America, there is no such thing as racism in our past or present. Hey, Governor DeSantis, should we stop teaching about the Civil War, the Trail of Tears, the 1960s Civil Rights Movement? Why don't you ponder that one while you continue to lie and deface a civil rights and human rights giant? Martin Luther King Jr. once said, and this is a beautiful quote, that said, "All we say to America is, be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they hadn't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of the press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is its right to protest for right." DeSantis trying to block history from being taught in Florida schools is a direct paradox to everything Martin Luther King Jr. stood for. So if you want to quote or follow in Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy, follow everything he said and stood for. Don't pick and choose and take quotes out of context to fit your racist agenda. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.